Hello, hello, gorgeous. So good to see you. I'm Ashley Rose, astrologer, human design reader, and womb healer. And today we're talking about the major things you need to know about this week's upcoming Aquarius new moon. So here are some of the big themes that have to do with this Aquarius new moon. It's really around what are you creating in your life right now? What do you have your mind set on as far as future goals, hopes, dreams, and wishes? And what is really true for you right now? What is in alignment for you at this time? Aquarius is all about authenticity and being the true you, who you are outside of socialization, outside of external pressures. And this new moon is really going to be asking you and digging deep and illuminating for you what is true for you at this time in your life. One major theme that this Aquarius new moon is going to be talking about is connecting to your future self and the energy of your future self. Aquarius is our futuristic sign. It's a sign of AI and technological innovation and science and progress. And so this new moon is almost asking you to key in to your future self and what he or she or they wants out of life, what they want to be doing in life, what kind of job they want, where they want to be living, what kind of relationship they want to be having. Spending time reflecting on what you want more of out of life from the perspective of your future self, and then figuring out ways that you can be living more in alignment with that. Okay. This is almost like this new moon is asking us to check in with our higher self, our higher selves. That's a major theme for this moon. You should also be aware of what cannot travel with you into this next future version of you. If you really are going to be that next version of you that has the job or has the lifestyle or has the relationship or has whatever it is that you're hoping to create in your life, what needs to be released, let go of, what needs to dissolve, what needs to be adapted, changed, transformed in order for you to have access to this future you. What's also interesting is that whatever you are letting go of, it's not just letting go of for the sake of letting go, for the sake of losing. It's because you really need to be keying into what version of you is able to have these new future experiences that you are hoping to call in. That's really what this Aquarius new moon is asking us to think about and to question at this time. I also want to say that this Aquarius new moon, which is going to be about 19 degrees of Aquarius, is squaring Uranus and Taurus, which is at 20 degrees of Taurus right now. And so this moon, this new moon, which is the sun of the moon, kind of squaring Uranus, you can expect some surprises this week. I've already gotten information that was a bit shocking. It's only Tuesday, February 6th. I have 3 more days to go until the new moon on the 9th. And so depending on when you're watching this video, expect maybe some surprises, some new information that may come out of nowhere this week. Just really have a think about have a look out for any shocking new news that you might experience this week as well under the Aquarius new moon with this Uranus square occurring as well, because Uranus is all about electricity. It loves sudden surprises. Uranus is also the modern ruler of Aquarius. So this Uranus square, the new moon and the Aquarius sun is going to probably have some sort of impact in a lot of people's lives. So this might be a week of shocking news, just so you know. But again, these surprising events that occur, hopefully, are just there to redirect you and realign you with your future self that is just so ready for you to be ready for them, if that makes sense. I did also want to say that because this new moon and the sun are both in Aquarius, and as you know, because every astrologer in the world has been talking about how Pluto just moved into Aquarius at the end of January, so I'm sure you've heard about it. But because this new moon is linked to that Pluto, which just finished a 20-year cycle in Capricorn, and it's now moving into Aquarius, Pluto is indicated in this new moon energy as well. And Pluto is a sign of transformation. Whenever I think about the Pluto archetype, I really think about a phoenix rising from the ashes, like literally having to like dig down and do like a deep alchemical process of change to then become the phoenix that rises out of the ashes and lives a new life anew, right? That's very Pluto energy. because Pluto is indicated with this new moon in Aquarius, there might be a thought of like facing fears in some way. Often change and transformation, which Pluto represents, really means that we need to face fears in some way. Much of the human psyche, we spend a lot of time resisting change. We tend to spend a lot of time resisting our fears. Tend to spend a lot of time resisting transformation. Okay, think about any time you've tried to like, eat differently or work out differently or do something else differently in your life and how much resistance maybe came up for you, even though this was a transformation that you quote unquote were calling in. That's a very Plutonian type of signature. And so that also might be something that comes up under this new moon in Aquarius this week. What are our fears that we need to face in order to become in alignment with our future self, our higher self? Where do we need to be brave in life? Where do we need to have courage? Where do we maybe need to say yes to some opportunities that scare the bleep out of us? Or where might we have to say no to opportunities that we really would rather hold on to? A way of being that is comfortable to us, situations that are known, that feel good, that feel consistent. Where might we have to say no and face fears or say yes and be brave under the light of this new moon in Aquarius? Again, for the purpose of getting even closer to that vision that we have of our future and our future self, our higher self. Okay, this is really almost like an initiation type of energy. So this energy, as you can already tell the way I'm describing it, this new moon in Aquarius is going to be quite electrifying and electric and energetic and buzzing. And there also might be some surprises with that Uranus square, some fears coming up with this Pluto and Aquarius. All of these things are likely to be happening at once. And depending on what your personal natal chart looks like, you might be feeling this even more deeply than others, or you might not be feeling it so much at all, just depending on what's going on in your own natal chart. Okay. I wanted to also say that the themes that you are personally dealing with in your life right now under this new moon in Aquarius in February, you can expect to perhaps be seeing like a culmination or these themes coming up again or getting some kind of resolution when the moon is at the full moon in Aquarius later this year during Leo season, later this summer during Leo season. When there's a full moon in Aquarius, you might be noticing some of the same themes in your life that are happening right now under the new moon in Aquarius. So that's also something for you if you are someone that tracks, that journals, tracks your objectives, your goals, are big into manifesting. That might be something for you to watch out for. What's happening for you now, and then what's happening for you under the full moon in Aquarius in about 6 months' time. Okay, and see what themes are being revisited. Okay. I also wanted to talk about the Lunar New Year. It's the Chinese Lunar New Year on the 10th, this Saturday, a day after this new moon in Aquarius. So again, this is all connected, you guys. You're starting to see these patterns here. This new moon in Aquarius is linked to the Chinese Lunar New Year, which is currently being celebrated right now. So there's lots of newness around this energy, even though it's February and January 1st feels like it was so long ago already. Like, I can't believe we're already in almost to mid-February. It's almost Valentine's Day. But there's still this newness in the air, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's the Chinese Lunar New Year as well. And I've been reading and researching. We are entering the Year of the Dragon. That's really exciting. If you know more about the Year of the Dragon, definitely comment below and let us know more about what that means. Chinese lunar astrology is not my expertise. I would love to know more, if you do, what this dragon year has for us. Okay. But again, that's why this still feels new, even though we're in January, because there's still lots of newness going on. And I would even argue that because the astrological new year occurs in March, when it's the spring equinox or fall equinox, if you're in the southern hemisphere, that's the astrological new year with the start of spring in March. So I argue that all of Q1 of 2024 really is has a new feeling to it. This energy feels so fresh and so new and so different to what we have been experiencing under the energies of 2023 and before that. So definitely kind of key into that in your body and see if that feels true to you. If you really are feeling a newness, a freshness, new energy entering your life, you have new ideas, new things you want to do this year that you maybe never even were thinking about a month or two ago, just notice if that's happening for you. I know that it is for me. For sure. And then the final thing I wanted to say before I let you go today is that this year, the month of February is a month for releasing. Okay. And we kind of talked about that a bit before about how, when you want to bring something new into your life, you might have to release, what is not in alignment. And this is something I work a lot with my clients. We do this lunar transformation framework where we work with all four phases of the moon, the new moon, the waxing moon, the waning moon, the full moon. And each aspect of the moon is asking for a different element for you to manifest in your own life in order to manifest something into the 3D during an entire lunar cycle. And all that said, this month of February has an energy of releasing. So even though, again, there's a newness on the one hand, and there's the Pluto and the Uranus and the electricity and the change, we have to make space for that newness to come into our lives. If we are just hoarding onto everything and we are full of fear and we are full of just not courage and we are too scared to let go, it's a lot harder to manifest new things in, whether that's a new move, a new relationship, new friendships, a new body, a new way of being, whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, whatever you're perfectly attempting to create. You have to release often first before you can bring something new in. Okay. So just really have a think about that release theme, even though new moons are often very much about new intentions and setting new intentions and bringing a new energy into our lives, just because of what's going on energetically with the month of February this year in 2024, there is still an energy of release as well. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that gave you some ideas. I hope some of that resonated with you and gives you just a really lovely way to enter into this new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is such a potent sign for us right now in the collective, given the new Pluto and Aquarius energy that has just come upon us, given this new age of Aquarius that everyone is saying we've entered, and just given what's going on right now in the skies. So I hope this new moon in Aquarius brings you so many blessings and so much joy and so much bliss. As you know, I am the Bliss Queen and bliss is my favorite emotion. So wishing that for all of you in all the ways. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And I will see you in a few weeks when we talk about the next full moon. Bye. Love you all. Bye.